Everyone thought Ethan had everything: a mansion, expensive cars, private tutors, the kind of life most kids could only dream of. But behind those golden gates was a boy drowning in failure. No matter how many times he tried, he just couldn't pass his exams. His father, a proud millionaire businessman, saw him as a disappointment. Teachers gave up. His classmates mocked him. And Ethan began to believe he was useless until one day, the family maid noticed something no one else did, something that would change Ethan's life forever. Hey everyone, welcome to Kindness Action, where we share real and inspiring stories that remind us how simple acts of kindness can change lives. If you believe kindness can make the world better, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment your thoughts below. Your support helps us spread more stories that touch hearts just like this one. Ethan's father, Mr. Thompson, had built his wealth from scratch. He believed success came from discipline, numbers, and hard work. So when Ethan failed yet another math test, his father's patience finally broke. Ethan, he shouted across the dinner table, do you even try? You have the best teachers, the best books, the best everything. What's wrong with you? Ethan stared at his plate, silent. His mother tried to calm things down, but it was useless. Mr. Thompson stood up and stormed out, slamming the door behind him. That night, Ethan sat alone in his room, surrounded by textbooks that made no sense to him. The numbers blurred. The words danced. He wasn't lazy, he just couldn't make it work. Tears rolled down his cheeks as he whispered, why can't I be good at anything? In the quiet of that big, empty house, someone heard him. Maria, the maid who had been with the family for years, knocked gently on his door. Ethan, can I come in? She asked softly. He wiped his eyes and nodded. Maria walked in, holding a tray of warm milk and cookies. You've been studying all evening, she said. You should take a break. Ethan sighed. It doesn't matter. I'll fail again. Dad's right. I'm just stupid. Maria sat beside him. You're not stupid, she said firmly. You just haven't found your way yet. Everyone has a gift, Ethan. Sometimes it just hides until the right moment. He looked at her, confused. A gift? What kind of gift? She smiled. The kind that makes you feel alive when you use it. The kind that helps others. Ethan didn't understand, but something about her calm voice made him feel a little better. The next morning, Maria was cleaning the study when she noticed Ethan sitting at the table, sketching something in his notebook instead of doing homework. Curious, she peeked over his shoulder and froze. It wasn't just a doodle. It was a stunning drawing of the living room, perfectly detailed down to the texture of the curtains and the shine on the marble floor. Ethan, she gasped. Did you draw this? He quickly closed the notebook, embarrassed. Yeah, it's nothing. Just something I do when I'm bored. Maria shook her head. This is not nothing. This is amazing. That evening, when Mr. Thompson came home from work, Maria gathered her courage. Sir, she said, I need to show you something. She handed him Ethan's sketchbook. Mr. Thompson flipped through the pages, expecting childish scribbles, but what he saw left him speechless. Page after page was filled with intricate sketches of the house, the garden, even the family dog. Each drawing was full of life, precision, and feeling. Ethan, he said quietly, you made these? Ethan nodded, afraid he was in trouble. For the first time in years, Mr. Thompson didn't look angry. He looked amazed. Son, he said, his voice trembling a little, these are incredible. You have a real talent. Ethan blinked in disbelief. His father, the man who had only ever scolded him, was praising him. Maria smiled from the corner of the room. From that day, everything began to change. Ethan's parents enrolled him in an art program. For the first time, he didn't dread going to class. He came alive with every stroke of his pencil, every shade of color. His teachers couldn't believe how quickly he learned, not numbers, not formulas, but expression, design, and emotion. Years passed, and Ethan grew into a confident young man. His sketches turned into paintings, his paintings into exhibitions. He began selling his art, and one of his pieces even won a national award. Reporters came to interview him, asking about his journey from failure to success. Ethan always gave the same answer. It all started with kindness, he said. Someone saw something in me when no one else did. When the interviewer asked who that person was, Ethan smiled. Our family maid, Maria. She didn't have much, but she gave me the greatest gift, belief. One afternoon, Ethan returned home to visit his parents. The house felt smaller now, but warmer somehow. Maria, older now and moving slower, was still there, polishing the same wooden table. Ethan walked up to her with a canvas covered in soft shades of gold and blue. It was a painting of her smiling face, surrounded by light. "This is for you," he said. "Because you were my light." Tears filled Maria's eyes as she hugged him. "I just showed you what was already there," she whispered. Mr. Thompson watched them from the doorway, his own eyes glistening. He finally understood what success truly meant: not wealth, not power, but the courage to believe in others. Kindness doesn't always come from grand gestures. Sometimes, it's as simple as noticing someone's hidden light and reminding them they matter. Maria didn't just clean a house, she cleaned away the dust of doubt that covered a young boy's heart. Ethan's story reminds us that everyone is fighting silent battles, and sometimes, one kind word can change the course of a life. So today, look around. See who might need a little kindness, a little belief. You never know whose hidden gift you might help uncover, because in the end, kindness doesn't just change others. It changes the world.